This is Mark Ernstman, Vice President of Marketing for CorasWorks. Thank you for joining us as we officially launch our Capture and Proposal Management solution for federal government contractors on the Microsoft SharePoint platform. I'm joined today by William Rogers. Williams is one of the co-founders of CorasWorks, and he is also our Chief Workplace Architect. And William is leading our initiative within the federal contractor market, and he will be delivering the presentation. William, take it away.
Thank you very much, Mark. So, as Mark said, today we're going to be focusing in on our Capture and Proposal Management solution. And here's the agenda for this. We'll give you a little background on CorasWorks and look at our general offerings for federal contractors, and then we'll do a little overview of the Capture and Proposal Management solution. Then spend about 10 minutes doing that. And we'll spend quite a bit of time doing demonstrations of the solution in a number of ways, about 20, 25 minutes. So with that, let's get started. So just a little introduction about CorasWorks. We've been delivering solutions on Microsoft SharePoint for the last 10 years. And we really specialize in work management solutions. And we have a flagship product that we use for that. And then on top of that, we deliver horizontal or industry-specific solutions, like what we're going to be talking about today. Let's talk for a moment about federal contractors and our offerings there. Now, we've been serving the space for 10 years. We're based in Reston, Virginia, just outside of D.C., and the market for contractors has been an important segment of our business. With our offerings, as I said, we work with our customers for internal operations as well as a partner. As a company, we have about 50% of the top 50 federal contractors, so we're very heavy on the top end. But we also go up and down the tiered markets. And as we brought our federal contractor, our productized solutions to market, we're serving more and more smaller businesses. Now, when we talk about our three solutions, one thing, there are many, many different solutions that you can do with CorasWorks. There's a broad array, as I've said before. But the core three were picked for a reason, and that's because if you look at the core federal contractor work stream, they fit together quite nicely. You have your Capture and Proposal Management, where you're doing your RFPs. IDIQ task order management and managing those task orders is an important area for many federal contractors these days. And then obviously once you've won either RFPs or individual task orders, it's about delivering those solutions, and that's where the project and program delivery comes in. But today we're focused on Capture and Proposal Management, the top solution of this pie. Let's just take a look at CorasWorks Capture and Proposal Management, version 2.1. These are the core elements of this solution. It is a COTS solution, and each of these elements is important. Now, I will say, after we've been working in the market pretty closely, that second point, the top-down visibility and control of your capture and proposal process, of all of these parts of the solution, that's the one that really has the most business value. Typically, particularly people that have been using SharePoint or Alfresco or some kind of like content management, what happens is you work on proposals and you get siloed. But what's really needed in the market is to be able to manage that full life cycle of capture and proposal. And that's a really core piece of the solution that we'll be seeing today. Now, let's just take a look at how the solution lays out. There are three core elements to the solution, and it's relatively simple to understand, and it's a key point, is that at the top you have your Capture and Proposal Management Center, and what you're really doing is moving things through a process here. And then you have your proposal working sites where you work on the proposals with the capture activity and move it along the line. So let's just go ahead and move a proposal through that process. And you're really just moving it through those four stages. Every time along those stages, you're making a decision. Do we keep going forward, or do we kill this proposal because you're investing time and money, you should do it. Now, as you move your proposals, opportunities through the process, you'll notice the proposal asset library. That's the third piece, and it's an important piece because in this solution, you're able to centralize the management of your proposal assets and leverage them across your work and activity. And so as your proposal moves through the process, you consume more and more of those assets, and you're able to do it in a convenient way working within your proposal sites without having to go here and there. Now, with these three features, the key element is that they're not just three separate modules, but it's an integrated system. And so you can be in different places and interact and leverage the resources or activity going on. On the right, we list a number of the key features that are part of the solution. They're your standard features you might expect, but also new ones such as the auto-provisioning and the configurable stage, phase, step process, the master calendaring, and the ability for business users to configure the solution. These are all part of the out-of-the-box features. In addition, work with CorasWorks and work with our solution, a very important part of the solution is, outside of just that out-of-the-box part, is that you can enhance the solution and extend it. And what ends up is your capture and proposal ends up being your capture and proposal. And for instance, those first 4 or so bullets here are quite important. The ability to add additional partner portals and work consoles to extend it to your partner community, to add on supporting activities because there's other business that goes on in other business groups you have to work with, your gate review processes, your PWIN processes. These are all common ways that customers extend the solution to really go from what's out of the box to their real way of working. And all this is supported by the out-of-the-box CorasWorks platform. So to do these things, it's all part of the solution. Now with that, let's jump to doing a little bit of demo. What we're going to do is this demonstration is broken into 3 elements. But first, I'm just going to give you a quick tour of the different modules just to familiarize you with the modules. And then I'm going to do a workout. We're going to take it like a normal capture manager, normal proposal manager, and show you how they do their work kind of day in the life. And then I'll highlight a couple of abilities, different ways to enhance and extend the solution so you see how you can do it your way. So with that, let me jump out of the demonstration and jump over to the actual solution. At this point, I'm just going to do a quick tour of the 3 core elements. And right now, we're looking at the Capture and Proposal Management Center. This is where you manage your opportunities and proposals through their life cycle. It's actually a piece that, as I say, in many SharePoint environments, they're just simply missing. And it enables you to keep track of all of the activity in one place. The key point of this process is the proposal stages. And here, we'll just quickly look at the pipeline for the proposals. And this is showing you all of the proposals. There happen to be, at this point, 21 proposals in here, and the different stages, capture versus proposal development, and phases, and each of the items and where they stand. Now, when you work with CorasWorks, one thing about CorasWorks is you see these displays, the work management display like this, where you're able to not just see information and access it, but you're able to take action on the information. So in this case, I could create new proposals, create calendar events, and take other actions. But if I go into a particular stage like the pursuit stage, you'll notice the display is different, and I have different actions that I can take here. Now, this is very important because at each stage of the process, there are different actions that you want to do as part of your process. So in the pursuit stage, I want to be logging a bid decision or no bid decision, editing the proposal, sending emails out, and, of course, working in the proposal site. Now, of course, in this module, you have your reporting, and we'll see that later. and things like your master calendar and administration of the overall site. But the key thing is this is the top-level site where you manage the process and the overall pipeline across your capture and proposal. Now, what I'm going to do is just flip over to a site, and this is an actual proposal site. So you'll be able to work on the proposals during the capture and the proposal management. This is where the detailed collaborative work happens. And of course, the core to this system is the proposal documents. So there are document libraries in here, like your customer documents, capture documents, proposal documents, your standard libraries to put it through a process. And an important element is the all documents. So with CorasWorks, you're able to see all of the documents across various libraries, and not just see them, but act on them or contribute new items right from here without having to go to individual document libraries. And this is very important from a convenience standpoint. In addition, it really, when you think about working on a proposal, particularly if you use the SharePoint, we're used to proposals being a place where you just store content. But as a proposal manager or capture manager, the way to really think about CorasWorks proposal sites is it's really like your work console. So you leverage CorasWorks, the system, to drive activity, drive the functionality, make things happen on your proposal rather than going to your email and Word and jumping around. Now, in addition, in here, and we'll be coming back a little later, you have your asset libraries that you can access your proposal asset libraries from within the site. You have color reviews, workspaces, and you're able to manage your proposal from within the site. So it's quite robust. The third core element is the proposal asset library. Again, this is a separate module, and here you manage your proposal assets. So we're showing here your past performance. And the key thing is you're able to centrally manage your information, such as past performance, forms and templates, boilerplates, graphics, from one place. And then across the system, say when you're working in a proposal, you can consume that and use it. Note again that you might have already certain libraries in SharePoint or knowledge management that you work with. So the key thing is from here, you can manage these elements and work them through a process. So people can add, say, past performance and change the status and move it through the process of publishing that past performance to be consumed by others. Now, in addition, you'll notice that you have a few proposal asset libraries. If I go over here to configuration and my CorasWorks features designer, you know, other organizations might have additional assets that they want, like market intelligence, let's say resumes or CPARs, corporate information. And very quickly, you can enable these kinds of additional features that are custom to your organization as part of your proposal asset library. So that's kind of a quick tour of the three core modules for capture and proposal. Now let's do a little work. Imagine I'm a capture manager and I'm coming into the organization, and we're going to spend about 10 minutes doing a workout here. So first thing I would do is enter a new proposal. So I'll just click New Proposal, and let's say this is a brand new proposal. Now, it was previously maybe an opportunity that BD was working with. And let's say it's the Army Cyber PM. Now, there are a number of fields that you can choose here, and I'll fill in a couple. But remember, you're at the initial stage. I don't know the solicitation number because it hasn't been released. I don't know the release date, et cetera. But an important field is the status because I'm entering in a new opportunity / proposal into the formal pipeline. So I might have a separate CRM system where I'm tracking just straight opportunities. But at this point, I'm entering in. So I'm going to choose In Pursuit. And we're going to add it into that stage. And I might know that it's a lead type. It's going to be new business. So a couple things here. And I'll go down to the bottom, and I'll put in the BD manager as Kim White. And I'll make Chris Black the capture manager. Now, there is no proposal manager because the proposal hasn't been released. So enter a few fields and click OK. Now, a key point about that form is with CorasWorks is that all those fields and all the different fields of that form can be easily changed. Now, when I do that, the system is automatically auto-provisioning the collaborative working site for the proposal in the background. So as the capture manager, I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting ready for my purple review. I've got some information that I've captured. When should I schedule that? So I just take a look at my calendar. You'll notice here that I see the calendar for May, and I see in the calendar I can see the different activities that have been scheduled. There's a little color coding, like this is for a purple review. There's a little purple checkbox there. So you have the little boxes to show you the what color review it might or event it might relate to. And then on the left, you're also color coded by the individual opportunities. So I can quickly at a glance see that all the greens relate to DOE materials handling, for instance. So if I scan down here, I'll see that I probably want to schedule my purple review maybe for the 29th, which would be upcoming quite quickly. In addition, I can go and I can look at the schedule for these items. And I'll take a moment just to explain some of the other features of CorasWorks. But this is showing me my schedule. It's the calendar broken down in details for across the different proposals. A couple things on general about CorasWorks. Anytime you see work displays like this, if I'd like, I can go ahead and just maybe I want to print off this overall activities. I can click print and just print these items, and you'll see a little display of what it's going to print like. Or I could take these items and send them out in one click. Just go ahead and take this and pop it over to Excel or PDF or Word. So here's all my items in there. And this is what you see is what you get. So if I search, let's say, for Army, and I get different results, the printing and exporting and all that, it will just export what I see. All right, so now I know my schedule. I know when I want to schedule my purple review. I'm going to go look at my pipeline. By now, CorasWorks is getting its work done. It's going and spinning up my site. In the interim, I'm going to go to the pursuit stage where I'm doing my pursuits and specifically look at other opportunities. So, for instance, you'll note here that in the pursuit stage, I have an icon in green. And what that means is that I've actually logged a bid decision at this point. That item has been decided upon and is ready to be moved to promoting to pre-proposal. So now, if I refresh my screen, you'll see that the Army XYZ Cyber PM now shows an opportunity ID. That means that the site is ready to go and ready for me to work. So first thing I want to do, and I'll do this right from here, drill down into the site and open that up. And so the site, as I said, was auto-provisioned and already set up. When I'm in the site, I want to schedule a purple review. So I'm going to go to my management. I'm as the capture manager. And I'm going to schedule a purple review. So I'm going to come here and on my management tab, and I'm going to say a purple review, and we decided that we're going to do it on the 29th, and we're going to do it at 9 a.m. And we'll schedule it for an hour, and this is our capture team. So we're filling out a couple fields here. And I could put attendees in here. And now remember, when I schedule something down at this level, it is recorded up in the master calendar so everybody sees what's going on up there. What I want to do now is upload some capture documents and customer documents. So I'm going to first go to the customer documents because I saw a briefing. And this is the place for my customer documents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a customer document and go to my standard demo packages. And we'll add a Cyber Command briefing. And when I do that, I'll fill out a little bit of metadata. This is supporting information. It's intelligence on the solution. In the briefing, it's a deck from the government, is as is. When I'm doing this, I'm also going to tag it for my purple review. And I've uploaded the document. Now, nobody can change this document. I'm not going to make any changes. But you'll notice that at the bottom, my work management display, the document is under working. Again, I have a number of actions that I can do here. And one thing I want to do is I'm going to bring this under manage this document. This takes a document so that other people can futz with it, moves it under manage, so it's automatically assigned to me at that point. Now I'm going to go to capture documents because I have some documents that I've gotten in my capture process and just upload those. So we're going to upload a customer meeting notes that I had. With the customer requirements because we're ahead of the curve here. And again, it's as is, and I'm going to tag it for my purple review. And I've also gone ahead and worked on a solution strategy. So I'm going to upload my initial solution strategy. And we'll tag that. And again, any of these categories, these forms are configurable by you. And again, I'm tagging it to the purple review. Now, I've uploaded documents to various libraries across the system. But again, rather than managing library by library or section by section, in CorasWorks, we have the All Documents feature. So I'm going to go here, and you can see that I can see the various documents that I've uploaded across multiple libraries all in one display. And I'm going to change this, and I'm going to look at the same view, but we have a view here of showing the documents by the review. And they're already, as you see, already tagged to the purple review. So we're all good to go, and those are the documents that I want to be used in the purple review. Now, when you actually go to do the purple review, what will happen is the participants will come to the site, and they'll go to the reviews, and they'll go to the purple review tab. So you don't have to move documents and change things, but by tagging the documents, they're there. And I can see the documents that we want in that review session right here. And then you can just click, and individuals can make comments, review comments on these documents. So they would go forward, they do, I would do the purple review, we'd come to our conclusions, and then we'd kind of kick off the process. Now, typically what I would do is I'd go back to management, and I would do something such as schedule a black hat review. So now I would just go and schedule my next review and just continue to push the process. All right. We've done a little bit of proposal work. This is capture manager work. Let's go back to, now that we're through the purple review, maybe black hat or blue review, let's go back to the proposal stage. And now we're up at the higher level. So this activity has been occurring on this item. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a bid decision, an initial bid decision after our reviews. So we're going to log a decision to bid. Again, this is an action form, configurable, just a couple of fields because that's what we want to do at this point. And we're going to say we're going to bid this sole, and we're going to, the date for the decision was today. And you'll notice that the green arrows there, and then I'm going to move this along, and I'm going to promote this to the pre-proposal stage. Ask me, do I know the proposal start date? I don't, because it hasn't been announced. And I'm going to pop off some emails to interested parties. And you notice that it disappears from here, moves to the next stage, and I get an email notification. So whoever I wanted to notify when we move from one stage to the other, they get this email with some information, and you'll notice there's some blank fields that aren't filled in yet because the proposal hasn't gotten there. And I can click to go to the proposal pipeline, or I can go directly into proposal working site and get to work. Again, if I went to the next stage now, pre-proposal, we have our proposal down at the bottom. and it has a different set of actions that I can do, because here I'm really waiting for the update for the release of solicitation, and I'm going to be working down in the proposal site. Now let's jump from this kind of capture phase of pursuit and pre-proposal. Let's go to proposal development. And again, here, the proposals that are on the line, we're showing the proposals on the line, and there's little representations of whether the risk is high, low, or medium. And I'm working on this proposal, the DOE Materials Handling Program, and the risk is currently shown as high. So let me drill into that proposal. That was the one that I showed before. This proposal is a little further down the road, so we're at a pink review now. We're getting ready for the pink review. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my proposal documents. I'm going to look at my all documents. Now again, this proposal is a lot further on, so there's a lot more documents, 21 documents in total. I am getting ready for the pink review. Now I have some past performance in here that relates to this materials handling and program management. But there is some additional past performance that I want to bring forward for this review. So the way you do that is I go to my Asset Library tab, and I'm going to go to Past Performance. And here, from within this proposal site, I can see the past performance coming from the Proposal Asset Library. So I've already pulled in a couple. What I can do is I can see it, I can search, I can access the information, and then I can pull them in. So we just found out that they want some security information and for this job. So I'm going to select those two items in addition, and I'm going to do what's called fetch. Literally, it pulls from that library and pulls it into any of the libraries I want. In this case, I'll put it into the Proposal Documents library. I could set reviewers at this point if I'd like. I click OK, and it's going to pull those from the Proposal Asset Library and pull it into my proposal site. So if I go back to my All Documents, you'll see that we have the two items of past performance here, but there's this new section where there's two items. That's where the past performance is pulled in. So it's pulled in from the library. Now what I need to do is do a couple things to kind of bring them into the process, kind of drive the activity. So I'm going to select both of them, and one of the things about CorasWorks is you don't have to act on one item at a time. You can do kind of bulk selections even across libraries. So I'm going to update these documents in one step. I'm going to put them in the past performance group, supporting information, and the status is draft. I'm also going to assign them to the pink review because I know they're going there. And now we've got 4 items in the past performance, and they're assigned to the pink review. In addition, I need some work done on these items, so I'm going to select these 2 items, and I'm going to assign them to somebody as a writer task because I need them to clean it up. So I'm going to assign it to John Gold, and I'll give it a due date of 3 days, and I'll say John conforms for pink review. And this is spawns a task activity for John to go out and get that work done, and drives the process of the writer task. And you'll notice that I get an email because I'm also an alias of John Gold, and you'll see that I've been assigned the writer task. Here's information about the task. Here's information about the document. Now I can click directly and go right to the document, or I can click and jump into, they'll take me right into the proposal documents page where I can get to work and get my work done. So then, again, you would have a review. In this case, you'd have a pink review. If I went to the pink review, at that time, you'll see all the documents that we need to review, and the review session would go on, and the new past performance is all in there. So in a matter of minutes, without uploading documents and doing all this, we've been able to just pull in new information, assign it, drive that activity, tag it to the right review, and move things forward. Now, that kind of covers the core workout side, I will jump back up to the capture and proposal management site for a moment. I want to just, in terms of the workout, show you the reporting for a moment. We do provide tabular reports, which are different types of displays. You can take information and you can slice it and dice it however you'd like to do that. And again, with our reporting, standard display types, so I have my actions. I can act and print them, click to take it to Excel. So it's highly functional from a usage standpoint. In addition, we have pivot charts, and this is a way of showing information very quickly across. So you have, say, pipe by quarter, bid, no bid, agencies, and any of these charts, tabular reports, pivot charts, you're able to easily create on your own using our wizards. In addition, as an end user, I could go right in here to this pivot chart, and I can look at this item, and I might want to see it in a column, in a bar style versus a column like this, and I may want to switch the row and columns. So as an end user, I can make these changes. I'll just turn off these items, and then I have a nice different, again, without doing anything but working as an end user, and I can go ahead and email that picture to somebody. That's my view of what's happening. So very quickly, as an end user, I can chart, change things, and move it along. All right, so let's talk about having it your way, different ways that I can configure this for the solution. So first of all, just this end user flexibility of being able to change items is an important way of having it your way. In addition, let's say I wanted to go to proposal development. And I'm looking at this particular display, and at this stage, I have proposal development, I have proposal development with partners. Let's say I wanted to display specifically for the capture managers with different actions. So CorasWorks has built in what's called the display wizard. And I can quickly go in here, and I can take proposal development. I can just copy this item. And let's see, copy proposal development for capture managers. And I can change fields on the display, which columns are showing, how I want those columns displayed. I can do filtering and grouping however I'd like it. And a very important part is that I can go to actions. Now, there's a complete library of actions behind the scenes that are part of the product. So right now I'm showing certain actions here. Maybe I don't want the proposal manager to do some of these things like, the capture manager to edit proposal for activity or edit the proposal summary. There may be some things I don't want them to do. And there may be some other actions, such as on the left, that I do want the proposal manager to be able to do, like email the capture team, things like that. So the point is I can create role-based displays very quickly using our wizards and modify the work, the actions, by doing this. And typically, in a normal implementation, there's a business user that that's able to do this, a power user, if you will, if you give them the rights. And again, this is part of kind of having it your way. So any of the things that you've seen in here, you can very quickly modify. Now, in addition, we're covering what you would typically enhance here. Some organizations want a much more detailed, structured capture and proposal process. They're not, this is kind of a simple, almost a simple process. So I'm going to flip over to another instance of our proposal center. And this is really customized for a customer. So this will give you a sense of what happens when you do an implementation. So you notice this is quite different. They just call it stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. And down below, they have their work board. So they've taken their process that they've spec'd out as 4 course stages, it's 8 phases, and it's 22 steps. And you see in this work board, this is all laid out, and this is how their process works. So it's a great way to enforce that process, if you will, to imprint their process into the solution. Now, if I click here on the pursuit, I'll go into the stage 1 pursuit. screen, and you notice that this is a very oriented solution. So again, this is different. This is their custom implementation. This is in stage 1. They break out into each of the phases, and then they have the individual steps. And again, this is step focused because it's the idea that if you know your baseline steps, as you move things through the steps, the system's smart enough to know what phases and stage it relates to. So if I look down at this item that's in my Gate 3 pre-proposal review, if I move it forward, I can just go here and it's automatically moved to next step, and our workflow will take care of moving that item to the next step. The last thing I'd like to just touch on is another area we can enhance. This is what we call an add-on, and this is a separate partner site because, again, we talked about if you want to expose this to partners. And just as a common practice, here is a partner site, and the advantage is that partners can come here and they can do their work of engaging with you without technically going into the system. So, for instance, this particular site is used to actually work with our IDIQ system and with RFPs. So if I go to the first page, I can see the task orders I need to respond to. I can enter in opportunities as a partner that I want to perhaps engage with you on that's at the BD capture level. Or if I'm actually working on proposals, I can see all of the proposals, but whether they're IDIQ or RFPs that I'm working on. And I can actually go and see the work that you've assigned to me as a partner from my partner site right here and take action on them. So again, I don't have to go into your proposal sites. I have the convenience of going to my one partner site and being able to interact with your organization. Okay, so that covers our tour and the introduction to the CorasWorks Capture and Proposal Management Solution. I'll just wrap up this session, or this video. Just to summarize what we've seen, the core capture and proposal management solution, the 3 core modules, as you've seen, it's quite comprehensive as a solution. Because of the out-of-box, you're able to get going very quickly to start with, and then work with CorasWorks in implementation. You're able to custom tailor the solution to your needs, and then you can enhance and extend the solution. And of course, there's a major benefit that it's running on the CorasWorks SharePoint platform, so it's quite affordable relative to other options. With that, that kind of covers the overall video. Mark, you want to talk to next steps?
Sure thing. Fantastic, William. Thank you very much. That was a pretty comprehensive overview of our capture and proposal management solution. If you're interested in more information, though, there's a wide variety of ways you can get that. If you're interested in just learning a little bit more about CorasWorks and who we are and what we do, you can visit our website there at corasworks.net. If you want to dive into our federal contractor solutions, we have a Solutions tab. And underneath that on the website, you'll see more information on this capture and proposal management solution that you just learned about, as well as our IDIQ task order management solution. So I'd like to thank you, William, for your time today and for taking us through the capture and proposal management solution. So thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank all of you who've taken the time to enjoy the presentation with William as well. So thank you for that, and we look forward to working with you in the future.